Okay, question here is I admire the lives you and Natasha live, the amount of freedom you seem to have. I currently work multiple jobs, some of them paying not very much, and investing lots of time with them, rather than having that time to do things I actually want and passionate about. I'm currently going to school to attain some additional credentials. However, I'm wondering if you can provide some tips of how to make some additional income and potentially replace my current jobs eventually, ideally online by helping others in some way. I'm very passionate about health and fitness, both mental and physical. I've considered a YouTube channel, amongst other things. However, I'm not entirely sure where to start, if that is a fit, and would appreciate some guidance with that. Thank you in advance for your time. Great question, common question, and this is from the Durianrider.com coaching group. So I'll be able to give this person some real custom advice. But I'll start with just making this video, and then we can deep dive in the coaching group. But this video is basically a podcast B-roll voiceover, so you can hear where I'm coming from. I don't know anyone in the world who's more qualified to answer this question than me. I've created, this is going to sound arrogant, but it's true. I've created more six-figure income earners on social media than anyone else on the platform, as a coach. Like, I don't know. Do you know anyone else out there? If you've been watching me for last decade, you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know anyone out there who's created more freedom for people who wanted that freedom. Now, it just comes down to one simple thing. Actually, two simple things. You just have to want it, okay? And then secondly, you have to take my advice into action. Put that advice into action on a daily, consistent, aggressive, obsessive format, and you will succeed. All right. You will be this person, their goal is to help others. All right. They're passionate about health and fitness. Okay. Then I'll be straight away today. I'm like, quit, quit school. All right. School is for fools. All right. School is for fools. How many people do you know who went to school who have the freedom that I have? You know? Like, if you like school, then go to school. All right. Then you're not a fool. Okay. But if your job is to help people and make online income, you don't need to go to school. I mean, look at the people that I've helped out who earn more money than doctors and lawyers. I even had one guy, a lawyer, quit being a lawyer because he didn't like it. All right, and he wanted to become a YouTuber. His name is Lantern Rouge. His YouTube handle, Patrick. All right, he quit being a lawyer. All right, to become a YouTuber like me because he's like, I like that. I want that freedom. That looks fun. That vibes with me. So he quit his job that took him years to get. All that being a lawyer, man, that fucking sucks. And the university sucks. It's just, what I mean, it's just a real cutthroat industry. I mean, everything's cutthroat today, but excessively. So that's what I mean when I say school is for fools. All right, and do you think he's happier now than he was back then? Of course he is. Okay. Now again, with happiness, happiness is only experienced in the present moment, and happiness is based on what we focus on, because what we focus on is how we feel. Okay. So if you're focused on stuff that makes you pissed off, you're going to feel pissed off. You're going to have a poor quality of life. You can have all the money in the world, all the subscribers, all the income, all the free time. But if you're just focusing on stuff that pisses you off, you're just going to have a pissed off life. Right? You're going to experience life in a pissed off state. Now you have someone like me who just refuses to suffer. All right? Life is too short to suffer. Let it go. All right? I got the 60-second rule. I can get angry and frustrated and pissed off for 60 seconds, and then bang, I'm moving on. All right? Because life's too fucking short to hold on to shit too long. Okay? 60 seconds, feel it, express it, fuck, and then move on. Okay? Um, so that's what I recommend. But so our friend here has considered YouTube. Don't consider it. Fucking do it. All right? You have the best YouTube coach now in your on your phone. All right? In a Facebook group, you have access to the world's greatest YouTube coach ever, all time. I am the all-time YouTube coach, social media coach out there. There is no one better than me. I am the world champion. I am the Olympic gold medalist. I am the man the person when it comes to YouTube coach success. Okay, I am so good that so many people have exceeded my level. Right, that's like, imagine if you're a cycling coach. Imagine Chris Froome's a cycling coach and he's producing many riders who exceed his level. Now that's what we're talking about. Okay, that's what we're talking about. When you can coach someone up to exceed your level, then and your level is very high, then you are a fucking good coach. Um, so yeah, my advice would be, this person is a female, and if you're a female online, your earning potential is just unlimited. So I would say school is just pointless, man. It's pointless if your goal, because people don't really care about credentials too much. All right, people care about how you make them feel. Okay, when it comes to the online audience, because there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of doctors on YouTube now, and there's they're hitting it. They're getting the views and subs and stuff. And there's plenty of doctors out there on YouTube who ain't getting shit. Okay, so if you think, well, I'll become a doctor, I'll become a dietitian, I'll become this, no, 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 because there's plenty of people out there who don't have those credentials and they're fucking crushing it. Okay, well, what are my credentials? Tertiary was fucking zero. But people, millions have come to me for advice, okay? Bought my products, watch my content, and or, you know, because I give them the truth. I can communicate them in a way they like. That makes sense. When I think about it, this crazy Aussie guy's right. I'm going to do that. So it's the credentials. I mean, yeah, it's a bonus if you got them, but I mean, if you've already got the credentials back in some previous life, that's great. But today in 2023, spending time at uni or school or whatever is pointless in my opinion. In my experience, if you spend that time creating content on social media, you are going to fast track your progress. And here's the thing. Here's the really important thing. This is where people like Gary Vee, who are champions, but they get it wrong. You don't have time. The competition is just going insane. All right, it's so cutthroat. All right, it's so cutthroat out there. You don't have time to be in school or scrolling fucking TikTok or sitting around. Oh my god, what does that person think of me? You don't have time. If your goal is freedom, online income, impact, having cool people in your life, you don't have time to sit around faffing around because the competition is going more and more and more. Like Natasha and I do OnlyFans, and it's getting flooded. Like we're doing really good. We're in like the top 1.3%. But even then, that's hard to get into that level because it's just saturated. Okay, and it's social media is getting saturated, so you just got to be so aggressive, man. It's like people are gonna like, well, I'm gonna jump into this raging stream of water, and I'm just gonna do like I'm just gonna do a couple of paddles here and there, and I'll fight the current. No, no, no. Your social media is a raging whitewater torrent now. It used to be a little stream, a little brook, a little creek. All right, you could just paddle around and sip pina colada, non-alcoholic vegan ones. But now, man, it is a raging whitewater stream. There's dead bodies floating past. It's absolute chaos out there. So you jump in that water, you got to start fucking paddling with your legs, with your toes, with your hands, with your arms. You got to paddle. You be you be doing strokes with your nose, all right? Because that stream is so strong from all the other people kicking and thrashing around in the water. Okay, it is hard core, right? If you start up YouTube in 2015 or 2014 or 2016, yeah, you could be a bit more relaxed around it, flap around. But now, man, it's 2023. Like people understand the power and the money that's out there, and it's a cutthroat world. And I'm glad I started early because starting today, that's hard work. You got to work so much harder. It is possible because it's so hard. People give up. The turnover rate now is insane. People buy fancy cameras, fancy outfits, get a coach, blah, 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 blah. And then they just quit in the first week. They get some haters. Oh, you look like a horse face, blah, 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 blah. Your tits are too big, your tits are too small, blah, 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 blah. You're an old, creepy looking bro. Like, you're too young. Why listen to you? You're too old. Just all these fucking negative comments you're going to get from haters. And you know what? And that's great because those haters, they become like this fence that prevents most people from succeeding. Most people pull up a camera, they read some hate comments, and then they see those comments in their face when they start filming. Like, oh my god, I do look like a horse. And who cares if you look like a horse? All right, Mr. Ed was famous. All right, if you like, what's your goal? To worry about people who say you got a horse face, or to worry about people who want your help? Okay, what we focus on is how we feel. I focus on all the people who need my help. I don't focus on what the haters say. All right, delete the comment and move on. Here we go. Let's go. You know what I mean? So that's the secret right there. If you can't handle the hate, then don't even try. You just don't waste your time. Stay in uni and stay just doing that, whatever life. But I I can encourage people to remember your life is only experienced now, and your how you feel is what you focus on. Okay, that's all that is going on right now. Your life is right now. It's not yesterday. It's not tomorrow. It's your life is right now. How you feel right now is the most important thing out there, and what you focus on is how you feel. Okay, so if you're waiting for that X Y Z to happen, then you'll be happy. You, my friends, you are wasting your life. You're not living. You're existing. All right, the quality of your life is how you feel right now, and how you feel right now is determined by what you focus on. Maybe you got a sore neck, and if you're focusing on that, you feel even more. Right? Maybe you've got, you know, you got a YouTube channel you're starting out, and you're like, oh, I got 2 views. Damn, I got 2 views. Yes, I got one view. I've doubled my, like, yeah, like you focus on things like that, you're gonna have to be, but oh, that's delusional, Hal. That's delusional. Whatever you want to believe, man. Like, if you want to stay in Sufferland, then you believe all that stuff. No, it's not that simple, Harley. You can't just stop feeling depressed. Yes, you fucking can. Right? Yes, you can. Get some sunshine, get some sugar, and get some water in you. Change what you're focusing on. Focus on gratitude versus attitude. Okay? Focus on gratitude versus having a bad attitude, and you will feel a lot different. Again, that's the reality, but some people just, they want to suffer through life. For me, life is just too short to suffer, man. It's just, and the older you get, the more you really understand that, man. Like when you're in your 20s, you're like, I got plenty of time. I got time. Gary Vee said I got time. No, you ain't have time, man. You need to get shit done today, and not be like, oh my god, about it. Just be like, let's fucking go. All right, let's get this shit done. Not like hyperventilating and flapping around. I'm not panicking. No. Controlled, calm, strong. Let's get it fucking done, okay? The world is getting more cutthroat out there. It's fucking crazy out there. If you're gonna lollipop around, lollygag around, rubberneck around, thinking you're gonna have this freedom, no, you're gonna be stuck in that motherfucking job with those douchebags you don't really like, who lack the discipline and that to really get shit done. All right, don't be. I was one of those people, man. I was lacking discipline, and I was like, hang on, I don't want to be here. I don't like this situation I'm in. I need to start fucking paddling. I need to start swimming upstream. Because if I don't want to float downstream, I want to float off the edge of the fucking cliff. All right, Niagara Falls. I don't want to do that. I want to have a great quality of life. Okay, and that great quality of life starts right this minute, right this second, when we focus on how we feel. Okay, so we focus on good things, and then we'll start to feel better. Okay. So he's focused on, okay, well, I've got this opportunity to become a YouTuber. Let's do that. Let's go with that. Versus, I'm starting from scratch. I started too late. Oh my God. No. Okay. So always be like obsessive about what you focus on, because what you focus on is how you feel. Okay. How you feel is what you put meaning to. What you put meaning to determines your emotions, and then your emotions determine your decisions. Okay. And you can only feel one emotion at a time. For you to feel really, really pissed off and angry, you have to block out all the happy times you had in your life. Okay? For you to feel really, really happy and grateful, you have to block out all the anger, all the pain and trauma and all the bullshit. Okay? So choose what you want to feel by choosing your focus. We get to choose how we feel by choosing our focus. Replay this video over and over again. This audio, replay it again and again and again until you get annoyed of it, until you get annoyed of my voice, until you know exactly what the next sentence is. When you have that level of like focus and direction, mate, nothing's stopping you. Nothing's fucking stopping you. So every day, every hour, every minute in life, you have to decide what your goals are. If your goal is to be just carried around by public approval, public opinion, worshipping the god of the status quo, then you will never ever have the freedom you deserve and can have. Compared to if you're like, cool, I have my opinion, people have their opinions, blah blah blah. This is what I'm doing. All right, walk your path. Okay, walk the freedom path. If you're going to be overtly influenced by the sheeple out there, so sheep. You're not going to have that freedom. You're going to be in the pen with them. You're going to be caged up with them. Okay. To have an extraordinary life, you have to do things that are extraordinarily different. Okay. And that starts with thought processes, thinking differently, not having, not letting other people's opinion have too much weight on your goals, on your direction, on what you know you need to do. Okay. Imagine if I didn't do YouTube. If I listened, I did my first video in I think 2008. Imagine if I listened to people like, you look weird. Your voice, I can't understand what you're saying. You're too skinny. You're too fat. You're too young. You look creepy. Like all the comments you get. Imagine if I listened to that. I was like, yeah, you guys are right, man. You haters, yeah, you're right, haters. I'm gonna just stay fucking silent and not help anyone. Yeah, I'm just gonna like live in self doubt land. I'm gonna live in worshipping the approval of hater land. All right, fuck that, man. If you ain't got haters, you ain't got an audience. Okay? Or you're just a total fucking sellout. And here's the thing: if you do sell out, you'll get hate for that as well. So you may as well just speak truth and say what needs to be said to help people, help the animals, and help the planet. All right, and say it with fun. Use some humor. Use some wit. Don't take things so personal. Get it fucking done. All right, but understand you got to work hard core. All right, it's 2023. It's almost 2024. You gotta work hardcore. If you want the hardcore results, put in that hardcore work ethic. Most people aren't going to do that, right? I've coached, you know, thousands of people, and most people go, yeah, I'm G'd up, I'm hyped up, and then bang, they get a hate comment. And or they just like they get overly critical of themselves, or the ego takes control, and they just quit. They quit, and they had potential. Pretty much anyone out there today can be an absolute fucking hitter on social media, all right? Anyone. You can be this 18-year-old blonde Russian bombshell, or you can be an 80-year-old grandma who's obese and just has a Alabama accent and just cutting into truths or whatever. It's just anyone now. Anyone can be an absolute hitter. Some people have more of a wit. Some people have more of an aesthetic. Some people just fucking work harder. All right, it's just anyone now. Social media levels the playing field, and that's why it's so competitive now. It's not just the hot chicks. It's not just the fake natty sociopath guys who lie about their steroid dosages. It's anyone can be an influencer now. So understand that. So put in the work and focus on your goals. If your goal is financial lifestyle freedom, you have to, you can't. I mean, you can if you want. You can worship the God of a public opinion, but you won't be free. Right? You'll always be trapped. You have to let old mentalities go. Well, what about my parents going to think? What about people on Facebook going to think? You have to let that go. Fuck what they think. All right? Put it on a point 0.5 out of 10 care, care factor. Most people at 10 out of 10 caring what other people think. I'm point 0.5. All right? As part of my life, I'm 0.5. And it took me ages to get there. It didn't have to take me so long to get there. I could have been at point 0.5 caring what people think in a day if I just decided, man. The less you care what people think and the more you care about helping people, helping the planet, helping the animals, the better quality of life you will have every single second of the day. That is fact. And life is only experienced second by second. All right? It's not yesterday, it's not tomorrow, it's second by second right now, the present moment. That's what's called a gift. It's the present, okay? So stay in the present moment, focus on what your goals are, get it fucking done, okay? Who cares what they think, all right? As long as they're watching, that's all that matters.